Have you ever found yourself standing in front of crowd, expressing your thoughts freely, only to be told, that's not a debate, that's a speech? Or maybe, have you ever watched two people argue passionately and thought, is that how I am supposed to give a speech? Well, you are not alone. Speech and debate, they may seem similar, but they both involve talking, presenting, and persuading. But they are actually quite different in purpose, in tone, and also in format. So in today's video, we are going to learn, and I am going to clear the confusion for all of you, whether you are a student or preparing for competitions or just someone who is trying to improve your communication skills. Understanding the difference will give you a sharper edge. So let's break down what exactly make a speech, a debate, a debate. Am I right? Let's get started. I am going to share my screen here. Do let me know if it is visible to you. Alright, I hope the screen is visible to you all. So what is the difference between speech and debate? So when I say speech, I stand before you to express my views on the issues regarding studying online at home. So here, I am just sharing my views regarding the topic which is given to me. But what if I am giving a debate? Okay. Now, when it comes to debate, either we are in the against the motion or we are in the favor of the motion. What if the topic is studying online at home is comfortable? Maybe there are few people who thinks that this is good, but maybe there are a lot of people those who thinks no, it is not good. So the one who is in the favor of the motion, they can definitely choose one team. The one who is in the against of the motion, they will choose the another team. So every time when it comes to debate, we have to choose, are we in the positive or are we in the negative? But when it comes to debate, it's all about expressing your views. You are not caring about if you are speaking in the favor or in against, it's just that you are speaking whatever you think right. Maybe if you would like to take both the aspect, you can definitely take it. That's not a problem. Okay. So speech and debate, they both are the art of expressing ourselves, and that is to in front of an audience. In both skills, we need to express our views in front of audience. And definitely both require strong skills and qualities to be adept and speaker or for a debater, right? So when it comes to writing speech or debate, they both build confidence in oneself. So it improves and increases our critical thinking ability, and it also encourages us to be inclined to do some creativity in our speech. So in addition to this, preparing a good speech and debate requires a huge research work. Now there will be definitely a question comes to your mind, what is the need of research? So when it comes to speech, you have to share your views. And those who are listening, they might already aware about the topic. So you should have researched that what all points you're going to share in front of the audience. And of course, all should be true. It shouldn't be like whatever comes to your mind, you deliver it, and after that you're thinking, oh my God, what I spoke today. No, definitely won't work. So therefore, for the students, speech and debate provide ample opportunity to develop their communication skills. And that's what we focus in public speaking classes, to have as much as possible these activities of speech and debate, because it not only help you to improve your communication skill, but also increase or make you inclined towards how to build your creative thinking. And that's what the need of our today's world, right? Like, what's the difference between the person who writes normal and the one who is a creative writer? The words that they are choosing. The words are called as, like, have seen sensory language, sensory words, where we describe with our senses what we are trying to say. Similarly, it builds our confidence and makes us inclined toward those creative thinking ability. We will think as more as we can. Definitely, it will make our speech or maybe our debate better. Okay. Both speech and debate, they both are the art of public speaking. Both of them raise pertaining to any aspect of the society and the world. Speech present a general opinion on the topic. It's just that we are not sure, we are not like focused that only we will speak in the pros and the cons only. No, it's nothing like that. As it is mentioned also, if you see, it's like general opinion on the topic covering its pros and cons. Both the things we're going to cover, including the positive and the negative views. So whereas a debate, they present only one aspect of the topic, that is either in the favor or in the against of the topic. And that's what the rule of the debate says, that you should be actually at a one. You cannot be like, sometimes you think, okay, let me go back to positive thinking because the positive words or positive sentences are coming towards. No, for sure, no, not allowed. You should always choose the favor of the motion or against of the motion, and that's what the debate is all about. Speech is like you can include both. In debate, the speaker must present the logical arguments to express their views and present their disagreement with each other. Have you ever seen on the news channel those, parliament, the talks that used to happen? Right? So you must have seen there are people, those who are giving the logical arguments. They are not like started fighting without any reason and they say, no, I am only right. Whatever you are saying, that's wrong. Of course not. You should have those logical arguments to express your views and of course to present the disagreement. What if I say that no, I don't think so, studying at home is good and I feel like studying from school or maybe from college is better. Now I should have some proof, some evidence to present my views. I shouldn't be like I'll start fighting. No, what I'm saying is absolutely right. I know everything prefers that. No, I have some points. I may talk about that this book says, I have done the study there, or I have talked to these many people, right? I should have some figures, some numbers to showcase, to prove that, okay, what I'm saying is absolutely right. I'm not talking about only this topic, any topic, right? And that's how we will decide the winner of the debate. And that's how not only in the, in the school life or in the college life, I'm talking about the real life too. Whoever is able to make you convinced toward their idea, they wins always. Isn't it happens when you are having a food at home and you don't like a vegetable, but your mom convinces you by telling a lot of good ideas and a lot of positive things about it, that it is good for your brain, it is good for your health. Similarly, whatever you are sharing, you should have full of evidence, and that's what it says. So on a whole, both speech and debate enlightens the audience on the given topics, and that's what it is saying. I'm sure this is all clear. What's the difference between speech and debate? Okay, let's have a look on main difference that it has. When we say speech, we present all the opinions on a given topic. But when it comes to debate, we present only one aspect of the given topic, not both the aspects. Speech, it has no rivals to contradict the views of the speakers. It's not like somebody is going to oppose you and you have to give an argument to, to prove yourself. Nothing like that. It's just that you have to deliver your speech and you can go. Say bye-bye. That's it. But when it comes to debate, it has a rival, right? People are there to oppose you and you should have some points to defend. Okay. The third point says speech is presented individually in front of audience and has no speaker to speak about the speaker's topics. I mean, that's what I already told you. There is only single person who is going to give a speech and there is an audience who is listening. When it comes to debate, it's presented with two speakers every time. This is the rule says. Always there would be two speakers, those who present the arguments for or against. For means favor and against means that you are defending the topic, right? So it always has two. Now, when it comes to two, it could have more. For example, in school, you must have seen your teachers having a GD, group discussion. She divides the team. Discussion is all about, now you will say, ma'am, does it have similar to this? So you may say it's similar to debate, but not exactly same. Because in group discussion, it's like a discussion. You are not going to do the arguments with the proofs and all. You will definitely put your points, your proofs to show in front of the other team, but it's just like a discussion. There is nothing like an opposing or favor, pros and cons, nothing like that. Next, speeches can be presented on inaugural functions. You must have seen those inaugural functions happens. Some official ceremonies, celebration, festivals, weddings, on those formal occasions. But when it comes to debate, it's like presenting the topics having two faces. So presenting the topic with two faces simply means it can have some controversial based on, like, it can have something in the pros, it can have something in the cons. So most of the topics are controversial topics only, which are based on the critical thinking and decision making. Like, what if I say working from home or working from office, right? Everything has its pros and cons, and we can discuss about it. What if I say that students should wear uniform? Okay, a lot of school doesn't have a uniform now. They ask their students to wear whatever they want to. Maybe one day is decided when they can wear it, otherwise not required. So this is what, like, it's a debate, right? It's a debate topic because we are giving an option which some people may agree, others may not. But it's not like we have to say no, that's what I'm saying, that's fine, that's the final answer. For sure, no. We live in a country where we have a democracy, and when we have a democracy, we have a right to share our views. Okay, next, speech lack strong logically convincing ideas, because we don't have to convince here. Logical answers we don't give, and the data on the given topic we mostly do not do so. But when it comes to debate, you include your logical ideas, you support the views either in the favor or in the against of the motion. Okay, next one. Speech is more like a lecture. Your teacher used to give a speech, lecture in your assembly, used to get it always in school assembly. But debate is not at all a lecture. One debater presents the view in the favor, and the other debater presents the view against the motion, and that's what it is. Next one. During a speech, the audience doesn't involve actively. It's up to the speaker to invite. From, like, what happens is here, because we are like giving our point of view, we don't invite anyone. It's like maybe hardly one or two speeches happens where they invite an audience and ask them to share the views or ask some questions. Mostly never we do to share the views, because it's not a debate going on. So speaker sometimes says that, okay, go ahead and if you have any questions, please ask. That's all happen in speech. But during a debate, the audience and the opponent participates in questioning each side. What if there are two teams, one team A, team B. Team A has spoken all their points, team B also did the same. Now, while they were speaking, each of them, if the opponent side of it will always, either this side or that side, A or B, both write down the point, that this is the point which I do not agree. Second, this is also, the third is, you shouldn't be like you started bombarding with, no, stop here, no, you are wrong, no, nothing like that. You have to listen it first of all, what they are trying to say, and once they completed with their speech, both the points, both the parties, when they complete with whatever they want to speak, we'll call it speech or whatever it is, then you can go for arguments, right? Both the parties can have the argument. So questionings can be done in debate, but speech mostly no. It's just like a one-way process, let's say. It's like a one-way communication. Okay, so these are the 7 points we have talked about speech and debate. Okay, when I say the format of writing a debate, we write the topic, whatever the topic is, then we mention that whether are we in the motion, right? I mean, against the motion or for the motion. You can also call it whether I'm in the favor of the topic or against the topic. Then you have to write your name by whatever the name is. What if I say that, let's take a topic, students should wear uniform, which is compulsory. According to me, it should be. So it means I'm in the favor of the topic. But the one, maybe you don't think so that we should wear uniform every time in the school. You can choose that I'm in the against of the topic. You have to put the topic, then you have to put whether you are in the favor or in against, to put your name. You have seen the stories, we write the names just below the topic. Similarly, here also you do by whatever your name is. Then you have to present your debate, maybe in 3 to 4 paragraphs. And in the end, you have to write it. Thank you. Okay. And that's how we do debate. Debate, you might be thinking, ma'am, do we do debate writing? Yeah, we do that as well. That's not new. Now we can speak in the favor or in against, like, good morning, honorable principal, revered members of jury, galaxy of learned teachers. It's just that we are trying to flatter, okay? And my dear friends, I stand before you to express my views in the favor. Same line, you can use it here also, but you can call it that I'm in the against of it. I wholeheartedly support the motion, or I wholeheartedly oppose the motion. So these are the some common lines. You can stop the video and you can check it out. Maybe you can learn it. It is going to be helpful also for you. Some expressions are also used here. It is written, I wholeheartedly disagree. I would like to inform my learned opponent. You have seen in the court, I'm sure not in the real life, but in the TV or the television, how the judge, right, and the two lawyers used to fight, not fight, I'll call it, for sure, this is not the right word. Maybe how do they argue with each other, right? Would my worthy opponents be kind enough to give reasonable arguments? How pleasantly we're asking this, that you also share your points, or whether you oppose, then why? You should share that. So these are few of these expressions that we can use in the debate. Okay. So when I say the marking schemes, definitely in every school it is different, but I'll just share the common one. For 1 marks is always given for the format, the opening address and the conclusion. For the content, it is given 4 marks. For grammatical, for 2.5, and for coherence and relevance, how idea it is relevant to the topic, then it is 2.5. And I hope this topic about debate and speech is all clear to you. I suggest you to follow some questions on it, have some questions on it, and let's see what's the difference in it, right? And one more thing I would like to mention, writing debate is an art. So keep writing and keep following. Thank you. Bye-bye.